Hello again. Welcome to Thorn's Magical Musical Podcast Vlog, episode 2, I guess. I noticed the sound of my voice seems to be really low last time, so I'm trying to project more, at least when I speak. I really wish I had a microphone just to catch my voice, but I was looking at microphones and it just seems very complicated, and especially when you want to do music and you don't have this isn't a studio setup. It's just I'm recording with my phone in my practice room. So anyway, please bear with me. The piano is almost all the way down. The volume is, so hopefully you can somewhat hear my voice, even if the words aren't clear. But anyway, I actually don't know if I'm going to be practicing very much this time because I have a band-aid on my finger, and I was playing just now and noticed that it kind of hurts from I was chopping vegetables earlier, and it may be a bad idea to play right now, but I kind of want to at least try it, so I will. Some of my mistakes this time I can blame on that, because hitting the black keys with this hurts more than the white keys for some reason. I guess they're narrower. So all of those E flat chords that I was doing in the song I just played, Let's do He Haunts the Deep. Again, it's the oceany song that I was talking about with the I had questions about the timing in the chorus. Questions only I can answer because I wrote it, but yeah. I decided that if I just kind of do a syncopated arpeggio, it gives me enough time but doesn't sound like it's just pausing between lines. So something like didn't have the pedal going, which is why it sounded like the notes sounded more separate, because that's what the sustain pedal does. Sustains them. Anyway, so let me just try playing this and we'll see how it goes. Sleepless nights I tremble, there's a name I'm scared to whisper. Phosphorus green, blue shimmer lights the stars in dark abysses. Keep feeling like I'm falling, and My deep faith God has turned into the ocean. His luminescent shadows pull me down. There's an octave jump there in the left hand. His luminescent shadows pull me down. Your name enchants my heart, its curse is broken. Dreaming of your beauty, let me drown deep down. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. I think I was right that it's a bad idea to play anymore, at least today. So this will be a short one, but yeah, thinking about the songs I played last time, I threw out I recycled the printout of I Have Us Call. I'm not sure if I said the name of that song last time, but it's the one that was like shadow and sparkly because I realized it's just there's just too much I still haven't set in stone. I try to wait to print things out until I'm really sure that this is how I want the song to be. But I can't play songs on my phone. Like I have them in Google Docs while I'm filming, so that's why I printed it out for last week. But I am starting to make some progress with the things that were just giving me trouble in that song. One thing is there's a part with some octaves or arpeggios down in the left hand, and I moved them from the low octave up to the mid-range octave because I feel like you can hear what's going on better. Like you can't really appreciate the chord change if it's just down there in the deep. I feel like you have to be careful not to let the lower range of the piano overpower things. So it is supposed to be a very powerful song in parts, but I also want people to hear the nuance of what's happening musically. And I was hoping to play this one of the first songs that the first song that I wrote after my voice started to change on T. Basically a song exploring my gender and my new voice and how it felt to sing, but also my pagan path. So sort of a conversation with the horned god, who I know now as Gwen Apnea. I'm not saying he's always the horned god, but for me, he was. And sometimes my horned god, when I was Wiccan, would just show up as the fairy king, and specifically the winter fairy king. And I was like, okay, this is different from how the horned god is usually portrayed, but sure, if he wants to show up that way. And this is one of the songs where he showed up as that persona, kind of. And he asked me to be his bard, and now I'm his Awenib, which is a Welsh term, which is kind of similar to bard, but yeah. So that will have to wait, but it's something to look forward to. It's just a lot of gender and pagan stuff. And it's also kind of a queer love song because I'm like that with the horned god, and you know, in whatever name he's known by at the moment. And there's another one from the period of time when I was just really exploring my gender stuff along with my adventures with the horned god. And sometimes the goddess would show up because I identified primarily as Wiccan back then, so I thought of the world as like, okay, I have at least the gods in my faith. There's the horned god and the goddess. So now I'm more devotional polytheist, so there are a lot more options for me now of who a deity could be. Not that I didn't believe in other gods back then. I was just like, you know, those are the people that are likely going to show up for me. But yeah, there's this one that's about a vision I had during a meditation that my local pagan group did. That was on the subject of rain, and so the rain is a presence in the song, but also there's all this other stuff happening. I in the vision I was a teenage boy who got to be out as trans and just have a safe place to be, and I was at my boyfriend's grandmother's house, and the boyfriend was the young horned god and the grandmother was the crone goddess, and I was just hanging out in his the attic room, and it was just a very vivid image of just like, here's a place of safety. Like, imagine how it could have been if I'd had like a life where I could just be out as trans and not have to worry, and just, yeah, it's a very emotional song because like there's the charming like kind of cottagecore part of it on the one hand, and then the other part is like thinking about my actual life and all of the trauma of that, so it's like interwoven. But yeah. That one's almost ready to be printed, so look forward to that whenever my finger feels better. And those are the two like trans songs from my Wiccan days that I'm currently working on. I have quite a few, but those are the current ones. You may have heard the one that I've kind of started to put out there, A Witch's Lullaby, which is from basically the same era of songwriting. And it's also a conversation between me and Gwen, or just like kind of a vision where we're in a cute like witchy cottage, and I feel like there might be more. Oh yeah, there's one I haven't worked on in a few weeks, but I printed out one of the songs that I did for my album where I was. It was just songs about leaving my abusive ex, and one of them is about my the vows I took to my patron god, Gwyn, on Halloween, and how it's kind of funny that like I felt safer with this deity who's kind of a pagan devil god who comes back on Halloween. Like I think he's seen as the folkloric devil in Wales, and like Anun is sometimes translated hell, even though it's more accurately the Welsh otherworld. And I see that as his realm that he rules. But yeah, I felt more safe with him than my human ex. I wonder why that was. And like the song kind of goes into the humor of that, and like kind of lampshades all of the tropes of like, oh well, I'm, you know, and on Halloween with witchcraft in my backyard. And also goes into the actual reasons why I felt safer with this deity than my ex. So I think I called that song Catharsis, parentheses, the witch's savior. I like complicated titles, so, but sometimes they're hard to remember. But I'm just like, I want a title that's like a weird sentence or phrase that makes you think. Well, I feel like there's not much point in me carrying this on for right now because I can't really play a lot. You know, I will tell you, there in my Lullaby for an Un/Reborn World, the last song I played in the first episode, I mentioned that there was one line that was kind of a double entendre, and so there's a metaphor which is pretty obvious in that the metaphor is like my world is kind of like, you know, a child that I would be bearing if I were pregnant or something, and like so the I kind of feel like the world of my stories / my main character is kind of like that. So there's this line that repeats twice about the Valiat, one of the gods of my world, who I see as another face of Gwyn, my patron god. So my Valiats came and got me with a world. So you could say, oh well, he arrived, or he came to me and inspired me with this world. You could interpret the verb in other ways, and I won't go into that, but that's what I was talking about last time. I just kind of like that because it's such a sweet, like, innocent lullaby, and then there's this just like little wink in this one line. So anyway, on that note, my housemates have a corgi. Sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, on that note, so to speak, I'll let you go. Have a great day.